Welcome, friends and foes, survivors and killers, to today's episode of Lore-Friendly Builds, where we'll be theory crafting and testing a build for Sadako Yamamura, the Onryo. Making a lore-friendly build for a licensed character gives you a lot more to work with than original characters because they have a whole body of work to base a list of perks off, and Sadako is no exception. While Sadako is the main villain of every film and book in the Ringu franchise, I'm only going to be using the first film as my source material for this one, because Sadako as they appear in the films and books are very different, and it's not clear whether either of the sequels to Ringu are canon in the DVD Sadako's backstory. It's implied that Ringu 2 Sadako is, but it's not outright stated, and she takes a little bit of a backseat role in Ringu 2 anyway compared to the first one, so there's not much to work with in that in any case. The build I ended up going for was Fearmonger, Spirit Fury, Trail of Torment, and Jolt. One part of Sadako that I wanted to get across was her interference with electrical devices. Jolt seemed like an excellent perk choice for a killer like that. Look at the description of Jolt. Your eerie presence charges the air and interferes with technology. That's just what Sadako does, it's how she communicates, and protects herself through the televisions. The idea of Sadako using technology both as a means to communicate and a way to mask and conceal her true nature was what inspired me to add Trail of Torment to this build as well. Trail of Torment is a thematic fit, both in terms of how it actually plays in the game, and the description of the perk aligning with Sadako's methodology. With Trail of Torment, you, quote-unquote, guide your victims along a trail of pain and punishment, which fits with the grueling, draining, and torturous experience Sadako ends up putting Raiko and Ryuji through in the original Ringu. Trail of Torment is also a great mechanical fit, if you'll pardon the pun. Trail of Torment both announces your presence by highlighting the mark generator, but also hides it by removing your terror radius, in effect using the machine to catch your eye as a distraction to prevent you from noticing what's really going on. This fits with Sadako's MO perfectly, as the 7-day timer before her curse claims its victim is announced by a phone call to the victim, and you can see in Tomoko's death especially how Sadako uses the phone and television to lure her to her death. Similar to Trail of Torment's more figurative interpretation, I guess, Fearmonger replicates the immense fatigue and mental drain that Sadako inflicts on her victims as they try to escape her curse. As Ryuji and Raiko work tirelessly to save themselves and their son, it starts to really have a draining effect on them. Especially Raiko, who almost gives up, and it takes Ryuji striking her across the face to get back on her feet and to finish the job. Forcing exhaustion onto survivors who are working hard and trying to escape fits that notion absolutely perfectly. So Fearmonger felt like a natural choice to showcase the incredible fatigue that Sadako puts her victims through as they work to try and save themselves. The last perk on our list is Spirit Fury, and that one should be relatively obvious. Sadako's spirit, much like any other Onryo, is driven by a desire for vengeance. When her father murdered her by throwing her down that well, that original sin put Sadako on a quest of vengeance from beyond the grave, causing that rage to psychically imprint itself onto the tape, and resulting in far more destruction than she could ever have caused when she was alive. Spirit Fury works for her for the exact same reasons it doesn't work on Oni as I described in my last video. It's all about lashing out in vengeance, and that fits with Sadako perfectly. Plus she's a literal spirit, so, it's kind of a no-brainer really. For her add-ons, I thought a great starting point would be the iridescent tape. Since in the add-on description it's confirmed that it's the original tape that Sadako imprinted her rage upon. It's the tape that killed Tomoko. It's the tape that Raiko found in the cabin. It's possibly one of the most lore-friendly items any killer could possibly have, so it has to be in the build. And with that in mind, what's a videotape without a VCR to play it on? Throw on a Yamaoka map offering, since it's the only map to ever take place in Japan, and we have ourselves a build. We gave this one a go on stream a little while ago, and it worked out pretty well. So without further ado, here's the game. And then two other powers I can't remember, I'll show you later. Sanctum of Wrath, love it. Probably would have preferred Residence, but for the lore reasons, but it's a better map to play on, so this'll do. Hello, Speeve. Speeve Hargenton. I would like to injure you very much and grievously. Oh, he has balance landing. That is interesting.
Not a window vulture, I see? How your remote control rework. Here we go. Let's quick how they down. High armor monster, clearly. You be on the hook. This way. Hello. It is I, the Sadako. It is still I, the Sadako. The Sadako comes with 3 new perks. Running away, being short, and hair. Pallet, please, Jane. No pallets. Okay. That's fair. I respect it. Respect the hustle, respect the grind set. I like that it's like some survivors seem to have unique voice lines for being choked with the powers. Because you can hear Jane there just coughed, but I know at least Rebecca, you heard it earlier, has a unique being choked sound that she doesn't play for any other killer. So it looks like going forward, survivors who are either are going to get new voices, or who just new survivors, will be done with unique being choked sounds. Which is actually hella interesting. Big fan of that. So sad. Okay, drop the pallet, please. Sure, I will now break it with my Spirit Fury move. Give me more pallets, I wish to Spirit Fury. Oh! A mild serving of Pickus for the Steve. I will now continue to chase the Steve. Because this man is ballin'. Okay. Where did you... Am I being comp-cornered? I'm not being completely comp-cornered. That's alright. They have booned. I do not like this. Feels a disturbance in the force. Steve. What is your plan? Your plan is dying. I like that plan. Absolutely, yeah. Like, Dredge's Doll cosmetic is actually so nice. There's a reason that I use it and have Doltrons on my Dredge hook and everything. Because it's so much better than base Dredge. So you're not even finding how better it is than base Dredge, I think. I honestly wish that was Dredge's base design. I truly do. Oh, it's a boon. Rip your boon. Don't like it. Boons are smelly. And you're smelly if you use them. Trail's Torment. I now cannot be perceived. True. I actually can't be perceived. Pogs. There we go. How's the gaming session? It's going pretty well. We're doing lore-friendly Sadako right now. And we're actually going quite well with it. An invisible person sabotaged it. I'll drop here. I think in general Trial's underrated. Like, I ran out on Legion for a while and I actually got a lot out of it. Pallet, please. Thank you. Spirit Fury is now online. Thing is, not just face checking it because we don't have Enduring. If we had Enduring, we would just face checking pallet set. But in the absence of Enduring, we're just going to basically, yeah, now we'll face check the pallet. She thought I'd respect that because I respected the last couple of pallets. She's like, I will not drop the pallet and simply keep looping it, and then she decided to die. Thank you. Let's do some investigation. Hello, it's me. Oh, that sound. That irritate sound when you hit somebody. Oh, it is music to my ears. Jane! That's not where you go, Jane! Face checking the Sadako is not optimal. Literally running directly into Sadako's face. That is powerful. That is the behaviour of a higher monster. Truly, no. I think Sadako is weak enough that you could make part of iridescent videotape base kit. Like, not the whole thing. I think it'd be a bit too good for that. But I think you can make part of it base kit. Or like a little bit of it. Like, at least that kind of effect. Because it's something she died. Her ability is so lacking. Like, the TV cooldowns are so long that either they need to reduce them or make part of every tape-based kit. Because I think that's just what she needs. I have no reason... yeah. Hello, it's me. Are you just sabotaging hooks for a challenge? Is that what's going on? Yes, it is. That's exactly what's going on. Kate's just sampling hooks for a challenge. You know what? Good for you, Kate. Good for you. Her ass has completely disappeared, but that's mostly fine. She's gaming. That she is. Erica be spitting for real. Trail Torment. And now we shall do movement. Short woman jump scare. Trail of Torment. Oh, there's a basement here. Let's just use it. This build is for higher man monsters only. We'll just lose up all of our televisions. Gotcha, Kate. Honestly, there is a lot they could do to Sadako to make it better. Like, there's a lot of different ways they could buff her numbers. I think Dowsy talked about this for a while. Where there's lots of little things you could do. Make her just feel better to play just across the board. Be excellent. She's killed herself. No hatch offering. Honestly, I thought it was just Cypress base kit. That it was. It was a very successful, lore-friendly Onryo game. It's done very well. It's weird that all the killers that we've done really well on, and for these lore games, have been like without slowdown for the most part, or with very little slowdown, and often not playing particularly good killers. Like we did it with no slowdown only. We did it with solo Thanner on Myers on Haddonfield. And now we're doing it with Sadako. Meanwhile, Pinhead, a kid I play a lot and who's good. I got 2k with my build. It was actually good, decent slowdowns too. Like I had Pay Resonance Gift of Pain. Hey Ada. You're going to be ghosted on Twitter. No, I want blood points. Screw it, I want blood points. I'm sorry, Ada, I want BPs. And because I'm trying to get my twins to P100, so I'm sorry. Ada is going to die. My apologies. Also, you didn't take any hits for your team, any chases for your teammates. So, brutality and murder. Yeah, I'm on my twins grind set. Also, I didn't get a single selling Ada for the BP equivalent of a bag of chips. Yeah, unironically, like Ada's life is worth what? Yeah, between the sacrifice and no one escape points, that's like 2.5 toy swords. I'm sorry, Ada, you're not worth 2.5 toy swords. I'm sorry, you're just not.